This is Kent Harlan of Ozarks Capital Funding, and welcome to part 2 of my interview with Bill Jackson of Planet DDS.
Planet DDS offer products and services to take advantage of the other two dimensions.
Well, we've evolved over the last, at this point, about 4 years now into being more than just the technology company that puts together a practice management system. A good part of a company still does that, and we have a whole team of engineers that are working on that on a full-time basis. But we also have developed the capabilities of being a dental-focused call center, if that makes sense. So in other words, we've got people, in fact, it's a JetBlue model if you're familiar with the stay-at-home worker model. But we've got people, almost all of them women, so I'll say women across the country that have worked in dental offices before that for whatever reason want to work from home, that can actually tap into our network, our telephone network, and log on into through Denticon into the practice management systems of many offices, and then take incoming calls. And we do all sorts, and make outgoing calls too. But we'll take all sorts of incoming calls for offices. In some cases, we take all the incoming calls and only roll over calls when somebody in the office has to talk to somebody. In some cases, we're there on demand, where perhaps a staff member didn't show up. And the office will call us, and we'll take their overflow calls for that day to free up staff members so they don't, so they can make up for the person that isn't there. In some cases, we take 24/7 calls. We just do the answering service, after-hours answering service type of thing. But it's a whole lot more than that, because we're accessing the practice management system, and we're doing it with knowledgeable people. So our representatives can make appointments 24/7, can change appointments if people call in, can cancel appointments, saving the office just tremendous amounts of time in the morning when they come in. They don't have to deal with any of that. So we're an answering service on steroids in that sense, is the way we describe ourselves. We do outbound calls to insurance companies. We'll do insurance verification. And by that I mean that we'll call up insurance companies and ask, I think it's 117 questions that we ask of the insurance companies, input that into Denticon. So a new patient comes in the next day, the data is actually in there so that they can knowledgeably discuss the insurance and the co-insurance that the patient is going to owe them. It's a tremendous service that can be done remotely like that. We do 24/7 online chat, where essentially we babysit the website, so that if somebody's doing marketing, internet marketing, and someone comes to their website, we're available 24/7 with live chat or click to call, so that we can make appointments, so that people don't have to only make appointments during office hours. And any number of other administrative services. We enter EOBs, explanation of benefits, that are sent by insurance companies. So we'll put that right into Denticon. We've got people, again, all over the world who are doing that for us, so it can truly cut the cost as well as get a better result for a lot of offices.
So in short, the web-based application not only offers flexibility, but it also offers a way to increase revenues and create more efficiencies than you would with what you call a landlocked system.
Right, and allow patients and other vendors or stakeholders, if you will, to be able to interact on a real-time basis with the practice management system.
One thing you mentioned earlier about the paperless office, are you talking about charts and that can be done electronically and stored?
Right, yeah, that is typically what we're talking about when we say paperless office. So the idea is to remove all paper, which might not be 100% practical, but to remove all paper from the dental office. So all of the clinical charting and all the clinical notes, and certainly all of the treatment notes, are all in an electronic storage way, as well as electronic, any of the image stuff, whether it's digital radiography or digital photos, all get stored in the practice management application. And in our case, that means it's stored in servers in the sky, very secure servers in the sky, so that they don't even have to worry about backing up or anything like that too.
Which again, if there were a paper chart, that would be stored at the physical location, whereas if someone needed to access that information at a remote location, they could do so. We
even have an iPhone interface that they can do it from their iPhone. So we got dentists that have anecdotally told us about being at dinner and somebody calling them up on an emergency, and they can actually pull up the records on their iPhone. One thing that I can point out is that because of the fact that it's web-based, there's another advantage to it too. Everybody's using basically their own copy of the same application. And since it's web-based, the addition of a new customer for us is not a very expensive, it's incremental, very, very inexpensive to add another customer. And so we actually have what we call our free program, or freemium, meaning somewhere between free and premium. But people can sign up for our application and give it a shot for free. Once it gets big, above 1,000 active patient records, which gets to be a decent-sized office, then we do have charges, and we think we can sell these other services, by the way, too. But we've got some pretty robust self-help, and we've got the capability of running a pretty sophisticated practice at no cost. Again, we'll sell them other services if they need them, but we've got plenty of offices out there that are running at no cost to them on this software. So that's worth going to our site, which is www.planetdds.com, to just check out and see. For a smaller or a growing office, it's an ideal solution.
Bill, I really appreciate the time you've given us today. For those of you interested in checking out some of the innovative services and products that DDS offers, we've got the contact information on the screen right now, including the website. So check that out, and we really appreciate your time, Bill.
Oh, thank you, Ken. I appreciate the opportunity to talk about this. Thanks a lot.
Ozarks Capital Funding offers a variety of financial services for the dental community, including practice acquisition loans, equipment leasing, working capital, and tenant improvement and expansion financing. Our nationwide network of institutional lenders and private equity groups provide assurances that you will be given the best rates and most flexible terms in the market today. Check out dentalpracticecash.com for an easy online application.